Hello, and welcome to the juggling stretch class. This class is specific to counterpose all of the juggling sequence, the juggling flow, which includes the overhead rotation, our pivot from the squat to the lunge, and our lateral swings. Ending, of course, with our hands. You'll need just a mat for today. You'll need music as well. This class doesn't come with any. And let's start down on our mat in child's pose. Come to the very back of the mat. Separate your knees wide. Rest your hips on your heels. Reach your arms super far forward and try to get your chest down to the floor. Each pose we find today will take 8 breaths in that pose. Each breath inhaling through the nose. You can exhale through the nose or out the mouth. Just slow down your breathing. Thinking 3 counts to inhale, pause, and 3 counts to exhale. Puppy dog. Inhale, slide your chest forward. Your hips rise to stack over your knees. Your arms extend overhead, palms press down into the mat. Your chin is to the floor. Your thoracic spine contracts as you open up your chest, trying to get your heart down to the mat. 8 breaths here. Sphinx. 8 breaths. Slide your chest forward. Come up to your elbows. Elbows under the shoulders. Grip the ground. Inhale to lift the chest. Press down with the tops of the feet firmly. Grip with your fingers and pull the front of the mat towards your hips. Hip bones press into the mat. Chest stretch. Lower your chest down. Bring your right arm underneath your armpit. Left arm extends to a 3 o'clock position. Roll over, pressing down with your palm. Roll back onto your belly. Lift your arm to a 2 o'clock position and roll back over, feeling the stretch change to a different part of your chest. Roll back onto your belly and switch sides. One palm underneath the armpit, opposite arm extends 90 degrees from the body. Roll towards the straight arm. Reposition, come down on your belly. Lift the arm up to maybe a 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock position and roll back over. Deltoid stretch. Come up to elbows. Slide the left arm underneath your torso, right across the chest, palm faces up to the sky. Lay all the way on top of your arm. forehead to the mat. Curl your toes under and scooch forward 1 inch. Your belly and hips are flat on the floor. Tops of the feet press down. Left deltoid stretches. Inhale to come up and switch arms. Right arm crosses in front of the chest, palm up. Lay all the way down on top of your right arm, forehead to the floor, hip bones and belly down. Child's pose. Inhale to come up, exhale, press back, knees wide, hips to heels, forehead to the floor. Deepen your child's pose. Pull your shoulder blades down and back down your body, making space in your neck. Relax your belly. Try to draw your chin to the floor. Twist. Inhale to come up to a tabletop position. Slide your left arm through, left ear and shoulder down to the mat. Right arm up and overhead. Hips over knees. Thoracic and middle back twist. Hips are level and squared. Inhale to come out. Exhale, right arm threads under, right ear and shoulder to the floor, left arm reaches up and overhead. Come to your left fingertips. Hips are stacked over the knees, hips are level and square. Steady breathing. Cat-cow. Inhale to come up. Come to a tabletop position. Extend your right leg out 90 degrees from your body. So your right leg is out at the right side, 90 degrees from torso. Inhale, head and chest, tailbone rise. Exhale, push all the air out and round the spine. 8 breaths. Each inhale, your pelvis tilts. Each exhale, round and curve the lowest part of your belly inwards. Your right leg is extended. We're working into the femur, working into the hip socket. As you exhale, start to tip forward onto your fingertips, and each inhale tip back towards your left heel, rocking forward and back with your breath. Switch sides. Left leg extends to the left side, 90 degrees from the body. Inhale, arch the back, and exhale, round the spine. 8 breaths. The first 4, you will be stationary with your shoulders over your wrists, your hips over your right knee. And the last 4 is where we'll start to rock forward and back. Inhale, rock the hips back, and exhale, shift everything forward towards the fingertips. Inhale, articulate the spine, tailbone rises, and exhale, tailbone curls under. Hip flexor stretch. Step the left foot forward. Lower spine lengthens and your pelvis tilts. So lengthen the lower spine, scoop through the abdomen, and use the left hamstring to pull your hips forward while you maintain the pelvic tilt. You'll feel the right front hip flexor stretch deeper this way, rather than allowing your back to sway. So keep the lowest part of your abs contracted. Side stretch. Left arm presses against the inside of the left thigh, right arm reaches up and overhead. Lean towards the left. From armpit to knee, stretch. Twist. Left hand grabs left ankle, right arm reaches behind the back and binds. Look up towards the sky over the right shoulder and sink your hips low. Hamstring stretch. Both fingers to the mat, curl your right toes under and sit back on your heel. Flex the left toes towards your face. Pull the kneecap up and fold forward. Dragon. Inhale, place both hands inside the left foot. Left knee hugs the shoulder. Right knee down on the ground for the first 4 breaths. For the last 4 breaths, press the top of the foot down and lift the knee off the ground. Dragon twist. Lower your right knee down. Press your left hand against your left knee. Open the thigh away from your torso as you look over your left shoulder. Pigeon. Grab your left ankle and move it to the right side of your mat. Your shin is parallel to the front edge. Start tall. Lower the right hip bone 1 inch. Lift the chest, shoulders away from the ears. Chin rises. Heart forward. On your exhale, fold forward, forearms down. Forehead to the back of your hands. Feeling the outer edge of the left glute stretch. Child's pose. Inhale to come up. Both knees down to the ground, knees wide, hips to heels, forehead to the floor. Hip flexor stretch. Step the right foot forward. Lengthen the lower spine, pelvis tilts, lower abdomens contract. Activate the right hamstring to pull the hips forward, keeping your pelvis tilted, feeling a deeper stretch in the left hip flexor. Move with your breath. Actively pull with the right hamstring. Side stretch. Right forearm presses against the right inner thigh, left hand to the sky, reach up and over towards the right side of your mat. From armpit to the bottom of the knee, the left side stretches. Twist. Right hand grabs right ankle, left hand behind the back and binds against the right thigh. Look over your left shoulder, sink the hips low. Belly pulls in tight, crown of the head lengthens. Eyes look up and back. Hamstring stretch. Both hands to the mat. Curl your left toes under. Sit back on your heel. Fold forward over your right leg. Right toes flex back. Kneecap lifts. Engaging the quad muscle releases the hamstring. Start with a flat back and then work your way, exhaling forehead to knee, rounded spine. Dragon. Inhale, come forward, both hands to the inside of the right foot. Knee hugs the shoulder, toes point straight forward. Hips come low. Press actively through the top of your right foot. Press through the top of the foot, lift the knee. Feel the left hip flexor stretch deeply here for your last few breaths. Dragon twist. Left knee down. Right hand presses the right knee away. Look over the right shoulder. Twist. Pigeon. Grab the right ankle and slide it to the left side of the mat, shin parallel to the front edge. Start tall and focus on the front of the left hip flexor. Hips are level, chest is open. Lengthen the spine, and on your exhale, when you're ready, you can forward fold and come down onto the forearms and place your head on the back of your hands. Left hip bone lowers 1 inch so hips are level. Deep stretch into the outer edge of the right glute. Tricep stretch. Inhale to come up to a kneeling position. Curl your toes under. Make sure that your pinky toes are also uncurled. And sit on your heels. Specifically designed to stretch open your feet while we work on triceps. Left arm reaches to the sky. Right arm behind the back. If you can, bind, gripping fingertips. Rib cage in. Lower spine long. Chin parallel to the floor. Trap stretch. Release the left hand to the sky, bend the elbow, and bring your left hand behind your back. Grab the wrist with your right hand and pull the wrist away on the right side so that your left elbow hugs the side of your body. Bring your right ear to your shoulder, and then chin to right shoulder. Right ear to right shoulder, and chin to right shoulder. Moving between the two. Tricep stretch on the other side. Right hand to the sky, bend the elbow, hand reaches behind your shoulder blades. Left arm bends behind the back. Bind if you can. Rib cage in. Pelvis tilts, lower spine long. Chin parallel to the floor. Trap stretch, right hand releases. Bend the elbow, hand behind your back, grab your right wrist with your left hand and pull the elbow, hugging the rib cage. Bring your left ear to your left shoulder and then chin to shoulder. Left ear to left shoulder and chin to shoulder, transitioning between the two to feel the stretch. Hero's pose. Inhale to come out, place both hands to the mat, separate your heels wide enough so that your hips can fit in between, hips down to the floor. Roll your calf muscles out of the way. Your ankles are by your hip bones with the tops of the feet down, toes pointing back. Make 2 fists and set them in between your knees so your knees are 2 fists apart. Recline back onto elbows and keep your knees down, touching the ground. The top of your thigh, your quad, will stretch. Resist arching your back. You want to lengthen the lower spine, activating the lowest portion of your abs. And if you feel ready, you can rest your head back down on the ground, or you can lay all the way back down, as long as your knees stay touching the floor. Inhale, press through your hands, come on back up in any comfortable seated position. Make 2 fists, interlace your fingers around each other, and roll your wrists in one direction. Roll your wrists in the other direction. Now pray your hands, palms together, fingertips point to the sky. Rotate fingertips towards your heart, and then back to the sky, towards your heart and back to the sky. We're opening up the forearms. Now rub your forearms together, massaging them out. Good counter after swinging and snatching. Thank you for joining me in our juggling stretch class. I hope you take this class after each of the juggling series classes as a way to recover. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next class.